Hello all and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Million, where I talk about a Gamerscore in a month that has just passed. So it's time to cover April 2023. And what I'm going to do with these episodes going forwards now is I'm going to streamline them a bit. I'm not going to talk about absolutely every little bit of Gamerscore I get. I'm only going to talk about the completions. I'm going to talk about any updates which then make it a completion again. And then any large chunk of Gamerscores that I think are worth noting, and probably from a game that I've done with but haven't got all of the Gamerscore out of, but I've certainly got a significant chunk out of. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in these episodes going forward. And of course the 2023-60 challenge, the RetroKit 2023-60 challenge updates will always be the day after these videos are published. So plenty of 360 to speak about there, where I will be talking about absolutely everything I get, because every little bit helps in that. Getting 100k in 360 Gamerscore in a year is proven to be quite difficult, but I'm sure I'll be able to get there. But anyway, let's talk about it, what we've done this month. That is, I have got 8 completions to talk about, so let's go across to the gaming tab and we'll start cracking on with those. Of these 8 completions, I would say 6 are definitely easy, and the other 2, one is frustrating and one is just probably going to take a little bit of skill and a lot of time. So we'll get on with that in a minute. But anyway, Crushballs is a run and gun platformer which is super easy, because basically I think it's just playing through the game, if my memory serves me correct, get through the final boss, and you can just put it on the easiest difficulty, and it's literally, you can just keep on continuing. So you just got to basically just keep on playing and get through the game, and it's not difficult at all. It shouldn't take very long. I just spend a little bit more time with it than you could do, I think. 26 minutes, just because I kind of like a run and gun game, and I thought I'd try to experience a little bit, and you could probably get it done in less than 26 minutes, but it's not going to take you more than half an hour if you just want to blast through and get all the Gamerscore out of it. It can, as I say, it can take as little as 15 minutes, perhaps even 10 if you literally just run and gun. But nice easy one, Crushballs, not going to take you very long at all. Okay, so above Crushballs is a very weird little game. It's like a one-screen stealth game where you're a small duck, a psycho duck, if you will. And then, as you'll see from the little thumbnail, you're the yellow duck, and you've got to actually kill the other one that's wearing the crown. So yeah, you go into a little stealth mode, you sneak up on him, and you kill him. So it is basically for finishing levels. Again, get all the way to level 14 and finish that one, and you'll pretty much net all the achievements. The only thing you need to, I think, take a small note of is get your first snail. There's like one per level. I mean, you don't have to get the snail and finish the level in order to finish the level. As such, you can actually just kill the king and that's it, the job will be done. You can ignore all the snails, but grab one early on in a very early level. That will just make sure that's done safely and easy, because some of the later levels do get a little bit frustrating because there are other enemies and factors introduced, like you can push blocks to hide behind as well as things like that, and other things that can actually kill you, other little dudes that if once they see you, that's it, they hone in on you, they kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So there are a couple of those are a little frustrating, but it's not difficult once you work out the mechanics. So basically there's a button that makes you go into stealth, and you can run as fast as you like, and then don't run too fast near him, otherwise he flies away. Just make sure you go into stealth and kill him. Do the first 14 levels. It doesn't take long. I did it legit without a guide, and it took me 31 minutes. There are guides on YouTube that will help you with this game, and probably again significantly take quite a few minutes off that if you just follow the guide with what to do. Nice easy one, that. Not expensive either. Right, so above Psycho Duck is Super Geisha Neon, and this one is super easy thanks to a cheat code. This is a Chili Dog Interactive published game, and they tend to put a cheat code in all of their games, and this one was no different. I've actually made a small guide on it, so please do feel free to check that out. But I'll tell you basically what you have to do here. You may not even need to watch that guide. So when you're on the title screen, you need to input the code up, down, down, up, right, left, right, and then hit Y. Once you do that, you will need to select the profile that you're using. Again, if you have multiple on there, make sure you're selecting the one that you want to do the achievements with. And then once you've done that, you get a little sort of mini cheering noise, and that's it, the cheat's active. Start the first level up, mash your way through the dialogue, and keep hitting right B. It'll progress you through all of the levels instantly. You won't have to play the levels. I mean, it's a very fun and cool little sort of puzzle platformer. And yeah, it's worth a little play, but if you just want to literally buy Gamerscore, then that's all you actually have to do. It will take you 5 minutes to literally keep mashing RB after you've input that code and get through all of the levels. Right, next up is one of the annoying ones, basketball pinball. Now, I've done Jurassic pinball, and that one was a little tricky and is probably the easiest of these pinball games that are popping up, because there are quite a few of them popping up at the moment. So I've done Jurassic, obviously I've just done basketball here. I am playing a Dragon pinball one, and that's probably gonna be a tricky completion if I can get there. I've got a lot of the tough ones left to do there, pretty much all the tough ones left to do. But with the pinball games, they have pretty much scored 15 million, will net you a load of getting sort of points targets, and also you'll have to get an extra ball and activate multi-ball in all of them. They literally have a copy and paste achievement list. You'll pop the ball save one pretty much straight away, and the skill shot's not tough to get either. That's basically if the ball goes through the holes of the flippers very early on, it just saves the ball, throws another one out, because you know the game ended too soon. Your go ended too soon. So that's. But yeah, the multi-ball and the multi-ball and the extra ball are the ones that generally are a bit tricky in these. A lot of the time you'll find if you get an extra ball or even get the multi-ball, the 15 millions will come along with it. But yeah, this one has got like these animatronic basketball players in the game, in the table, and you have to sort of pass between them once they're facing whoever. And I think to get the multi-ball, you have to score 3 hoops in a short amount of time, and I just got very lucky. So this one can be quite frustrating, and the multi-ball might be an achievement which holds a few people back. But I always say with pinball games, you know, if you put the time in, you know, it might take a lot of time, but eventually you'll always get a lucky streak and you'll just trigger it. So there's that to it as well. And these games are super cheap as well, so it's like only $2.49. I think it's $2.11 if you buy it within the first week. And you know, if you're not bothered about the completion, you can certainly get a nice chunk out of these quite quickly and have a bit of fun if you like your pinball games. I do, so I kind of just buy them in their first week if I catch them. Okay, next up is Reactor X2, and this one's super easy, and it's 2000G, and I played all 2000G this month, so it's already had one update, and I expect this to have more updates in the future without a doubt. And they'll probably be just as easy to do once they come around. And of course, I will cover them when I do them. But at the moment, all you have to do is finish the first 15 levels. So the first 10 levels are the base 1000G, then 11 to 15 are the update. As I say, I expect this to have more updates in the future. But it's a very simple top-down puzzle game. Slide blocks around, light things up. It introduces other mechanics, which explains really well and clearly. I think you have to fix broken blocks, which is literally just walking over them and pressing Y. It's not difficult at all. These 15 levels will take no time at all. Expect to actually get all 15 levels done probably in about 15 minutes. It's that easy and that quick to do. So yeah, Reactor X just like its first game, super easy, super quick, no trouble at all. Expect that to have updates. Right, so above Reactor X2 is Crypt of the Serpent King Remastered 4K Edition. What a long old name that is. This is basically a Doom game in a dungeon with melee weapons, although you can buy ranged weapons, but there's a little thing you want to do with that. You don't want to buy the ranged weapon straight away. So you can level up your character with 3 things. That levels up to 10 on each of them and goes no higher. And it's as I say, it's a Doom style game. It's got a little mini map on it, and what you have to do is get all of the keys in a level, and then you go to a door and there's a little bit of a boss behind it. So it's not difficult. You might need to do a bit of leveling up first before it becomes super easy, but it is easy. So collecting your first key is a thing, opening your first chest is a thing. Again, they're everywhere, super easy. You're going to get those done in no time at all. In the chest, you'll find health. You'll also find coins, and you'll need coins to buy the sword and the long-range weapon. But the trick is with this is there's an achievement for buying the sword, which, as you'll see, I've done up here. So basically, you want to make sure you buy that sword first. Don't bother buying any of the other mid-weapons, I'd say. Literally, just keep playing that first. If you die, make sure you save. Your progress doesn't get lost. So just keep playing that first level over and over again until you've got enough to buy the sword. And the sword is obviously the best melee weapon that you can buy, and it'll kill the enemies in a lot quicker time than all the other weapons, goes without saying really. But basically where I'm going with this is you want to get the sword bought first, because if you buy a ranged weapon, which you might think is helping you out before you buy the sword, it isn't, because when you go to a chest, one of the other things that you can get in a chest is ammo for the long range weapon, whereas if you don't own one, you're only getting coins and you're only getting health points. So you basically want to just keep using melee weapons until you've got enough coins to buy the sword, and then you can think about buying your long range weapon as well. However, I pretty much use the sword throughout the whole game. But once you've leveled up all your 3 thingies, which is like power, speed, and I think your maximum health points, the game then becomes super easy, because like with the mini-map, if it's not, if it's an area that you can see on the mini-map, you've been there, so you've got the key from there. If you haven't seen it, that's probably where one of the keys is you're missing. So it's just a thing. It's a matter of time. It's going to take between an hour and 2 hours. And the goblins are in the second level, so completing the first level, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But as I say, once you've got upgraded and the sword and just a bit of time, it's not a difficult completion at all, to be honest with you. Let's have a look at the stats of this one, because I think I did it in one sitting, so it did take me just under 2 hours. So between 1 and 2 hours is a fair assessment, but I suppose probably more accurate is between 1.5 and 2 hours. Maybe I'm just a little bit slower, who knows, but definitely between 1 and 2 hours with that little strategy which I've just revealed. Okay, so above that, the longest name ever is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle Royale. Played this through Game Pass. This ain't a quick completion. It's not an easy completion as such. It will take a long time to do. Thoroughly enjoyed this. What a great beat 'em up, and it's certainly a wacky, and some of the special moves in this are something else. Right, that one is going to take a long time. That's the one that's going to take the longest time for you, I would imagine. But we'll start from the beginning and try and remember the game as we go through it. Landed assist in the little tutorial bit, just pull the right trigger and that will do you an assist. But a lot of these sort of move based stuff is quite easy to do, or you kind of accidentally do as you go along. I don't even know how to do a flash cancel, and I did one pretty much straight away. If you've got easy beat on, which is set, if you keep mashing X, it actually goes into it along all the hits are connecting, so you haven't got to worry about that. And when you're playing the all-star modes with the panels in it, there are loads of secret missions. It's almost hard to avoid getting one done as you're playing through all 112 panels in the All-Star Battle. So another move that got landed, and then in all of the panels there's going to be unlock one panel and then basically do all panels in each of them. I think one of them's got loads of panels, and you also get an additional achievement for 5. Arena gimmick, these little red patches, sort of you need to throw an enemy down into sort of these red highlighted areas on the floor and it will trigger the arena gimmick. There's also an achievement for getting hit by one, which is above it, and getting hit by all of them, which is something that I'll discuss in a little bit in a minute. Yeah, using easy beat, that's basically what I said earlier. Pulled off a dramatic finish for the first time. If you finish on a HHA move, which is the flashy move, after the last hit makes the screen flash sort of thing, and you're facing the right one at level, it will do a dramatic finish. You need to do all of the dramatic finishes. I'll discuss that in a second. So there's one of those panel achievements, another panel achievement. 10 times in a row in endless battle. I found a good thing to do with basically just getting easy wins is the X button is the light punch. So if you do a flying light punch and keep mashing X as you hit the ground, you'll go into sort of your easy beat combo, and if you've got sort of a special saved up, you'll trigger that as well. But you can do that, and that will get you through pretty much a lot of the game, to be honest with you. It got me through a lot of the tougher panels and things like that. You need to do a single battle. That's going to take no time at all. There's those secret missions. Honestly, there are so many that if you're going to do all of the panels, you will no doubt pick this up along the way. Honestly, there's so many panels. So one panel of All-Star Battle Mode Part 3. Part 3's got a lot of panels in it, so they give you one for 5 as well. There's one in 4. Pulled off a zoomed in taunt. So when you knock somebody down, you have to pick. I always call it the select button. Is it the back button? The little button on the left of the 2 middle ones. I always call it start and select. Old school gamer here. So yeah, basically, after you knock an opponent in the air and they're going to hit the ground, keep mashing that button and you'll do a zoomed in taunt. There you go. 50 secret missions. Again, I said about 30. Honestly, you'll do loads, and 50 shouldn't be a problem. Honestly, some of them are so basic on what you have to do, and there's enough for them to go around before you even get to the last last part, and as you'll see, I got it before I even got one panel in part 5, and I think there's 8. We'll find out in a minute. One challenge battle, again, another thing easy, just go into that mode, get it done. Participate in an online match, so you don't need to win it. Best find a boosting buddy, I would say, for the online. It's not dead, but it is quiet. But you find a boosting buddy, then you'll be able to knock out all 3 online achievements in no time at all. Well, no time at all. It'll still take a little bit of time, but it'll be a lot easier. So I won a tournament for the first time. That's another in-game mode. Again, used my flying light punch technique there that got me through that. So all panels of part 2, one panel of part 6, all panels of part 3, all panels of part 4. Pulled off a stylish evade. That is basically hitting block right at the very last moment before you get hit. So that's that was a little bit annoying to do, but if you're blocking a lot, you probably again accidentally pick that up along the way potentially, but if you don't, you might want to manufacture it using 2 controllers. 100 gallery items. Gallery items are annoying, but you're going to earn a lot of coins as you're playing through the Battlestar mode. However, you will need to probably do some coin grinding after you've done everything else like I did, because 500 is a lot. But you want to go through the medals and buy everything that's 450 and lower, and just have a hunt around the store. Make sure you buy all the cheap stuff first. Be careful, some of the medals are over a couple of thousand. Don't hit those ones. Just go through all the medals, buy anything 450 and less, and then move on to other stuff in other areas that are as cheap as possible. So 1 in 7, all in 5, 1 is that all in 6, all in 7, all in 8. One tournament, not all difficulties. Yeah, there's 4 difficulties ranging from very easy to the hard. But again, I found that using my little light flying punch technique was enough to get me through. And once I'd found a character I liked that I was quite good with or decent with, it wasn't actually that difficult. Right, so we've got set off all arena gimmicks. Setting them off isn't a problem, but getting hit by them, that's something else. We'll get to that in a minute. All parts of 8, which then meant I completed it, done all 112 battles. Right, ranked up in ranked match, you can actually host a match, and then you can reject an opponent once they pop up on screen. So if it's not your boosting buddy, you can kick them out. It's actually very easy to get. You only need to win 3 rank matches in a row to level up from your starting position. Perhaps 4 if you're not the person to go first in your boosting buddy, you might need to win 4, but find someone to boost with and rank it up then becomes super easy. Like I says, if you're hosting it, you have the ability to press the button to reject someone, so you can reject people and wait for your boosting buddy to come along. Activate a rush mode. This one was quite annoying. This is basically there's a move where you sort of have this second thing behind you, I forget what it's called, sort of floating thing, and it does this really rapid punch, and you need to find 2 characters that do that together and trigger it at the same time, so they sort of meet in the air as they're both doing that really fast punch thing, and then it basically puts you into bash the button X contest and whoever bashes it the most wins that little thingy. Check out the guide on trueachievements.com. I'll probably explain it a lot better than I did. Yeah, again, this might be a good thing to boost with somebody else. Me and my boosting buddy, which in this case was Big Game Al, managed to do that. So that one was a little bit annoying, but once you know what to do, you realise it's not that hard. Right, pull off all dramatic finishes and got hit by all arena gimmicks. Right, now I'd advise doing this with 2 controllers. I did this and this with 2 controllers and sort of watched videos on what to do. So literally then worked my way through every level one by one. I did all dramatic finishes, and then I went through all the levels again and done all arena gimmicks and made sure I got hit by them. Some arena gimmicks aren't triggered by certain characters, so if the arena gimmick doesn't appear, then make sure you sort of have a little bit of a change of a character, and that'll get that one sorted out for you. But all dramatic finishes, I was doing this with Big Game Out in online as we were boosting coins, and the arena gimmicks ones didn't pop for him, so I would advise make sure you do the arena gimmicks one with 2 controllers. I think there's a few people that are saying that online has been buggy with that. Don't do it there. We was able to get dramatic finishes done for him while we were boosting online. Basically we were boosting online to get the 100 online matches, but also grind out coins for each other by trading easy quick wins. But yeah, pull off all dramatic finishes, get it all lined up. You need to finish on a HHA move, so make sure you know how to do that. You can do it with the easy beat, or the command for some characters is like the Dragon Ball movement and pressing X and Y together. It certainly was with my dude. So, but you just make sure the health is low enough and it triggers and you're facing the right direction there. Work through the levels one by one. Watch your guide. Make sure you're facing the right way. If you're not facing the right way to start with, just try another way. It's as simple as that. But arena gimmicks, a couple of them are a little bit weird and different. You have to wait for specific things to do. Again, I'd read the True Achievement Guide on this and then look at the discussion below it as well. People are saying which ones they had trouble with and things like that. Which ones are a little bit random and a little bit different. But yeah, it's a little bit trickier than it actually appears, that one. But certainly 2 controllers and sort of private play with yourself there is the best way to go forward with that one. Participate in 100 online matches. This doesn't have to be ranked, so we did a player match, set up a match, 1 round, and then knocked the health down to 0.25, and me and Big Game Al knocked this out in a couple of afternoons. We didn't do it all in one hit, but if you do it all in one hit, it'll probably take you about an hour or so if you just mash through it and you're not worried about doing anything else at the same time. The winner gets 400 to 500 coins, and that's a good way of boosting that as well, because 500 gallery items takes a long time. So do that method with somebody else. Unfortunately, can't do it 2 controllers. It won't give you any coins if you do it private play 2 controllers. But if you do it online like that, you can boost it with someone. However, I found doing the boss battle on part 5 was getting me, because I was doing 3 out of the 4 secret missions at the same time every time, was getting me around about 3,700 to 4,000 coins per time. So I was just continually replaying that, and every time I built up around about 20,000 coins, I go back to the shop, buy more medals, buy more bits, until I got 500 gallery items. So it's not actually, to be honest with you, it's not actually the worst completion ever. It's just going to take a long time. And what have we got on there? 23 hours and 31 minutes. It probably can be done quicker, but that's, to be honest with you, that's a fair reflection of how long it would take, especially with grinding out coins to buy the 500 items. So I'd like to say maybe I spent too long on that, but I think that's about fair, to be honest with you. But what a great game, by the way. Really enjoyed it. But I hope I've helped you there with a few tips on some of the achievements. If you are struggling with any achievement, or you want to ask a question about this game, please do drop it in the comment section below. I will be happy to help as much as possible. And then above that, Chess Brain, Dark Troops. This is like a little puzzle game where you sort of set a path for your piece to, and other mechanics are introduced and things like that. And obviously they get more difficult as you go along. However, on True Achievements, somebody's put up a literally input guide on every level, and on the guide for every level achievement as well as all 20 odd levels or whatever it is. So 30 levels perhaps. Oh, there we go, yeah, 30 levels. So, yeah, I mean, it's very easy to start with, and you won't need a guy for, I don't know, for about the first 5 levels, and then it starts to pick up a little bit. And if you just want to get through this game, just literally you can input all of those instructions put for you on True Achievements. So please do check out trueachievements.com for the guide on this game, and it will knock out in no time at all. Just follow along with it, no more than half an hour, job done. But if you do it legit, and you don't want any help, it will take you quite a long time, because certainly the later puzzles do look very taxing and challenging to work out. So thank you to the person who did that, because I wouldn't want to spend that long on this game. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is the last completion that I have to talk to you about in this video, all 8 of them. So yeah, as I said, 6 easy, 1 tricky, and 1 just going to take a very long time, but what a beautiful game it is. But honestly, please do play JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle Royale before it leaves Game Pass if you like your fighting games, because it's an absolute beauty of a game. I really enjoyed myself. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to ask any question about any game, then you can put it in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer it. I will answer it, but I will do my best to answer it and give you the information that you require. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed this video, if it has helped you, thank you for watching. Please do hit a thumbs up, because I like it when you do that. YouTube likes it when you do that, so thank you in advance if you do that. And of course, these monthly updates will continue, even though they are streamlined. And if you want to not miss out on them and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, I will love you for it. I love all my current subscribers already. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this just seems to say thank you very much for watching or listening. And as always, please do take care.